Divine means of supreme being of God. So God flow, that's what divine flow is. And divine flow, if you don't learn how to surrender to it, if you don't learn how to understand it, if you don't learn how to be okay with difficult times, then your difficult times are going to magnify into a difficult life.
I'm Jen, interior designer by day, interviewer by night. And I'm here with it's PS.
It's PS slash Ponces, artist out of Chicago.
Yeah, man. So tell me about yourself.
Yeah, I'm an artist out of Chicago. I track my own vocals, mix and master my own tracks, all DIY in-house in my studio.
Yeah, and we're here to talk about Divine Flow.
Yeah. My first project.
Oh yeah. When is it gonna drop? When is it dropping?
September 24th. September 24th.
Is there anything is that like a special day? Any reason behind that?
No purpose, but I did look it up. And on that day, they sent police to desegregate schools.
Oh wow.
That's pretty cool.
Dang. So you looked it up after
Yeah.
you picked that day?
Yeah.
Oh wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was a good coincidence.
Yeah. That's cool. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
No. But okay, so I don't know, you want to give a little intro to your album? Just
Divine Flow, man. Yeah. It's really just like spirituality, storytelling, and raw raps. I feel like that's the best way to describe it. Underground rap. And just all DIY. Like, if you love hip hop, I feel like you're gonna love this album.
Yeah. And so we just listened to it all the way through. And it was crazy, 13 songs. And it's crazy how it just all flowed together, like you said, storytelling.
Yeah.
I feel like each song, it was different, it wasn't listening to the same thing over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. They all sounded unique in their own way, but the way we went through the album, it felt everything felt so intentional.
No,
as you listen to all the songs.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I looked up storytelling and concepts and movies and how to just make a whole cohesive piece of work, piece of art. And it was a lot of time, honestly, just doing that.
Yeah. You had a lot of movie references in there and samples.
Yeah.
So tell us a little about those. What inspired the movie samples? What actors are in there that you sample?
I actually sample Lorenz Tate twice.
Yeah.
And I feel like I relate to him a lot. Love Jones. Mm-hmm. He was a poet, and Menace to Society. Those are the two movies I sample. He was a gangster, and I feel like a lot of the times, I just relate to those two ideologies or those two concepts a lot, and him chameleon into those roles and morphing into those roles and those peoples, because he understands that's where he comes from, I feel like, and that's where I come from.
Yeah, and I feel like he did that in your songs. As you listen to them all, you could tell it almost is different roles throughout all the tracks on the album.
No, I love that. Yeah, I love that observation, because it's I don't try to make the same song or the same vocal. Yeah. I want everything to feel different but still be cohesive and flow together.
Yeah, I think you did a really good job.
Thank you.
Putting that all together, because when you listen to it, you could really tell. I could see how that inspired the process of making the album. But yeah, what about the features? The features were cool.
Oh man.
I know you featured Rome.
Yeah, Rome's twice. That's my dog. And then cool. Lil J, he's on there once. Those are real organic. These are artists I grew up with. These are my brothers, honestly.
Yeah.
We just in the studio, man. We just vibing out. Rome, that's real on the spot. Real impromptu, just making it. He's a energy guy, so it's real energy. And then Rose Petals with Lil J, I actually wrote that. I wrote the hook and wrote the verse, and I knew I wanted Lil J on there. Right after I wrote it, I'm yeah, I need Lil J on this track.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's I knew I wanted him on my album.
Yeah, that's cool. And then like even like the features, like I could kind of hear you in the background on some of them.
Yeah.
So like, what's the idea behind that?
So, yeah, a lot of the times, I guess the 2 songs with Rome, he goes first. His verses are before mine. And I take inspiration from Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style. Like Divine
Yeah.
Flow, the intro song, Rome is before my vocals. And on Doggy Style, he had an artist before him, Lady Rage, I believe, rap before you even hear Snoop Dogg's vocals at all. So I just like, that was the inspiration behind
Oh,
that.
wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Dang, I have to like pay attention the next time I listen to that. I guess I never really noticed it.
That's crazy.
That is. So you had the features, and then you also have your sister on the
Yeah.
album.
Yeah.
So tell us a little about that.
I knew I wanted to do skits. I just kind of, wasn't sure how I was gonna go about it, and like I said, everything about this is organic. So I just wanted it to feel natural, and I think a phone call with my sister are always enlightening, and that's something I wanted to bring to to my music, to show like, you know, this is in my blood. This is
Yeah.
all this stuff.
Because she was talking about like unconditional love. And,
Yeah, divine flow and her spirituality and where her heart lies, and I feel like all those things are things I grew up on and it can relate to as
like
well.
they've been around you your whole life.
Yeah.
Dang, that's cool. So was that what inspired the album, or did you like start off with like, I know your first track, like Divine Flow.
Yeah.
I think I heard that one before anything else, like before the other songs on the track.
No, for sure.
So how did that like inspire the album, or did like everything else kind of stem from that? How did it come together?
I think I came up with the album idea before anything, Divine Flow, and then that naturally just led me into. I just kept making music naturally and just seeing what would fit the idea of this album, or how this vibe is gonna go, this concept. And once me and Rome made that first song, I'm like, yeah, this is Divine Flow.
Yeah.
This is the whole vibe of this album. And then from that point on, it kind of like, I would just make music, and some songs would fit the album, some songs wouldn't, and it was a real process of just, you know, picking what I'm gonna leave on and kick off.
How did you sequence them, like once you have everything made?
So I guess everything, once I finally decided what was gonna be on the album, I actually took some time with me and Dante, my friend. We sat down here and we just put the album in order, like what vibes would go right, and I didn't want it to be, I wanted it to flow well, you know. I wanted it to be like, this part is gonna punch you in the face, but this part is gonna, like, you know, hit you in the heart. So it's like, yeah.
Man, how many times do you think like you went through the sequencing, like to find the finished product?
Honestly, it wasn't that long. It was pretty, because I love albums, so I listen to albums in order all the time.
Yeah.
So it's probably like 1 or 2 times, kicking a few tracks off or moving a few tracks around, and then I knew it was perfect. And I think I actually added, roll credits was the last one I recorded and added. So it was perfect how it worked out.
That's what I was gonna ask. Were like there any songs that came like after you had everything sequenced, but it was just that one?
Yeah,
That one was
just that
cool.
one.
It was a cool way to end it.
Actually, no, 28 Club too.
28 Club.
28 Club, I snuck it in between After a Million Away and Before Peace of Mind. Yeah, so it was like that just fit perfectly.
How overall, how long did it take to make the whole album?
It took, I feel like I was working on shit my whole life, for real. Like, I just love music, yeah. But from the point I got my studio till now, about 2 years. I got my studio when I was 26, and I was kind of like, I knew somewhat about mixing and stuff, but I had to learn how to mix vocals and track vocals and all that good stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So that took about 6 months until I actually started recording songs and mixing them for my album.
Yeah. And it's crazy. I feel like 2 years, it's like not that long, and like to just like know like how far you've come from like some of the earlier stuff you released to this. It's just like, I was like, dang, like I was getting goosebumps.
Yeah,
like
thank you.
throughout the whole thing. I was like, oh, it's like, it's really put together. Like you put everything together. It sounds like intentional. Like even just the samples, like everything throughout the album, it's just like solid.
No, hearing that makes fills my heart for real, because it's like I'm very happy with this piece of art. I went through ups and downs like any artist, you know, struggles. Blood, sweat, and tears for real went into this, and
Yeah.
to finally see it come together into like a full vision, you know, from the music, mixing, mastering, into working on the artwork with my friend David and getting that together, like it was a whole process.
Yeah.
And it felt like at some points it wasn't gonna get done. So to be right here now, like getting interviewed by you is amazing.
Man, to be here interviewing is like crazy.
Thank you.
This is cool. But like, tell us about the artwork. The artwork was really cool.
Oh man, me and my homie David worked on that artwork. It took about, honestly, a month in total. Just back and forth edits. He would send me different versions. I go, I like this, I like that, I don't like this about that.
Yeah.
And he's an artist as well, so, you know, shit.
Yeah,
It wasn't easy at some points, you know. Sometimes it's like we're a little hard-headed, get stuck in our ways, and we want our work represents us in a certain way, so we're gonna defend that.
Yeah.
And it's like having to work together with another artist. And me and him just learned a lot on that journey alone.
That's cool though, cause like I think that like makes a great finished product. You know, a great like ending. Like the art on the album, it looks so cool, and I feel like each picture, like even the back, the cover with the songs or the tracks.
Track list,
yeah, it's crazy like how that kind of blends both of the pictures.
No, yeah.
For like the cover and then the other image you guys had on there.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
cool though.
No, I appreciate
I
that.
liked it.
Yeah. No, it was a lot of, like you said, intention
Yeah.
and attention to detail.
Yeah, definitely. What about like the production process
The production.
and just like creating a song? Like what's in your mind when you're doing that?
I think a lot of life situations, I can't just fabricate music
Yeah.
or make up like a nonfiction fiction, I'm sorry. So a lot of my inspiration just comes off my real life situations and the feelings and emotions I've been through that I could pull from. Yeah.
That's cool. When you're like pulling those emotions, like do you like can you hear the sound in the back when like you're coming up with the lyrics, or are you like kind of sampling stuff first and then like seeing how it'll go with like what you're trying to say in each track?
As far as like the samples throughout the album,
Yeah.
I think for the most part, some of them I had in the back of my head. I kind of had an
Yeah.
idea of what I wanted. But when I got down to the nitty gritty, I really had to search. And find the perfect movie clips or the perfect
Yeah.
interview clips. I got a Gucci Mane interview in there
Yeah.
and like a clip from Belly and stuff. I just had to,
It just like came together as you.
once I put the album in order and the DAW and this and saw how it looked and then saw where I could put the samples at and kind of saw like how I could play with it and make it sound and the transitions and all that,
Yeah.
inspiration started coming to me, you know, like just from my childhood. I think hood movies and like childhood rap culture growing up.
Yeah.
That was a big influence.
Definitely. Music and album influences. Yo. I know you have some good ones, so because like just all the music like you put me onto, I'll be like, oh, this is crazy. But what are your music influences behind the album and like the tracks?
Honestly, Kendrick's conceptual albums. You know, Drake comeback season was a lot, and Little Brother, out of North Carolina, Little Brother, Pooh and Fonte, their collective, and their first album influenced us a lot. Like I took a lot of just listening to them all day. Nas, It Was Written. That's one of my favorite albums. I listened to that all day in preparation, just trying to get this stuff together, and how I wanted this album to be cohesive and what feel I wanted. Kendrick, comeback season Drake, Lil Brother, It Was Written Nas. I think those are my top influences for this album. And Babyface Ray influence, yeah, bro.
That's cool. How do you think do you think that influences like your creative process as well? Like listening to their albums and just like some of the backstories on them?
I think I feel like rap is ingrained in my DNA. So when I listen to this stuff, it kind of like just activates different parts of my mind, and it's always gets put in the back of my head because these influences. I ain't gonna lie, I'm constantly listening to them over and over again to get that atmosphere of the album put together. It's kind of like I feel crazy, but it works for me.
It's like motivating you to create something.
It yeah.
Or like, where do you
could
find your
say that.
motivation for like creating?
Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, that was I asked myself that too, but I think that's more spiritual and like like God, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'd be like, why do I even write raps? It's like shit.
Yeah.
It's just God.